Good evening, wrestling fans from the world-famous AWL Arena in Tokyo, Japan. This is the AWL Hontai, episode 403, and we're starting off with a rematch from last week. If you remember, during our This Week in Tag Team Wrestling segment, we saw a tag team match between this combination of VKA, representing Zaidan J, and The Pit, represented by Gyokto and Sombo no Yaiba, where the referee missed a clear and correct rope break on behalf of the very kind assistants, and that led to an incorrect call. Now, the referee's decision is final. That match remains on the win-loss records as a win for the Pit and a loss for the VKA. However, the AWL Commissioner, in his mercy and wisdom, has deemed that we should have a rematch. And this makes it a big night for Zaidan J. All members of the Japan Foundation are in action tonight. The VKA in this tag team match, both Yamada Jiro and Sakai Reina will be in singles action, and Mr. Shota will be in a four-way elimination match a little bit later this evening. But in our main event, capping it off tonight, probably the biggest... Oh, Jesus Christ! Probably the biggest challenge to Amy Wade yet. Cover for the 1-2 after a huge German suplex that sent that not very small man halfway across that 20 by 20 foot ring. Amy Wade, the undefeated True Toronto star, defends the AWL Joshi Championship in the main event against the hyper-aggressive crazy woman Shinda Akuko, who has rocketed to the top of the rankings in the last few months, and is ready to maybe end the undefeated streak and take that Joshi title. Sombo no Yaiba right now with one of the VKA. Ooh, knee shot right to the face. Although that face protected by that mask slash helmet, I'm not really sure what it is, to be honest. I don't want to get that close to that individual. And of course the X Factor you can see on the left hand side of your screen, Gisei, the demon manager, handler, whatever he is, of the Pit. Sombo no Yaiba now picking up the very kind assistant like a small child. Though, to be fair, never ever do that to your small children. If you're going to pick up your children, do not do it by the throat. It's not very good for them. And a huge... Oh! A face-shattering knee drop. And I have no idea how the VKA are even still standing. This has been a massacre. Face first, and I'm not even sure which one's legal at this point. I trust our junior official, Babaganush Shinichiro, and we are actually getting his name correct this time because he is Japanese. He's from the Japanese branch of the famous Babaganush wrestling family, so it would be the family name first and his given name second. So Babaganush Shinichiro. And a sleeper hold being applied to Gyokto, no. Although all four men now in the ring, the referee needs to get some control here. Also coming up tonight, we've got a tag team #1 contenders match. It's going to be our semi-final. Yokai Butai reigniting their feud with Giant Skills. A rematch from the Forge the Four tournament. As Gyokto wisely gets off of the ropes after the hot tag, and the other VKA goes down and hard. Now this is an interesting situation for Zaidan J. They tend to run as a pack, usually with the VKA as backup. Ooh! The big splash countered by the knees. And I don't think these two are, these very kind assistants, I don't think they're particularly well-trained wrestlers. They certainly didn't come through the AWL dojo system. But they know how to fight, and I think they've been in fights before. So this is interesting. Flurry of elbow strikes. I think this is how good the VKA are when they're wrestling in suits. If you've ever worn a suit and tried to do anything athletic, you're out of your mind. Back elbow. Oh, I think they just collided into each other. The very kind assistants in very big trouble about 5 minutes into the bout. 15-minute time limit in the standard AWL rules match. The Hurricane misses wild. Very kind assistants, not able to do whatever that was. Chop block to the back of the knee. Gyokto in control for the Pit in our opening contest here on AWL Hontai. And if you enjoy seeing Japanese business people getting beaten up by demons, well, please give us a subscribe. Give us a like, a subscribe, leave a comment, let me know you're out there. Oh, look at this. Oh, face first to the floor. Well, face first to the canvas, at least. And Sombo no Yaiba, the blade that cuts between life and death, sending him across the river to the Undying Lands. There it is, the Sanzu crossing the river between life and death. And the very kind assistant broken in half.
Without complaint, the pit.
Well, I hate to say it, the rematch rather definitive here. The Pit, victorious, no controversy this time. They are a dangerous force and faction in the Animated Wrestling League. In the Joshi division, the young prodigy Wakazaki Ai versus the giantess of Zaidan J.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, introducing first, making her way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, the Progressive Prodigy, Wakazaki Ai!
16 years of age. The youngest ever graduate from the AWL dojo. We call her the Progressive Prodigy because she is wise and skilled beyond her years. And she's coming into this match with, for her age and for her experience level, a rather good win-loss record. Wakazaki Ai 3-5 in her AWL career.
And her opponent, making her way to the ring from the front office, the OL of Zaidan J, Sakai Reina.
Sakai Reina, 3-3 in her AWL career. So these two coming up in the same generation of dojo graduates. So by which I mean the giantess Sakai Reina, a compatriot, a classmate of Wakazaki Ai. And this is going to be a clash of styles. It's going to be Powerhouse, the Powerhouse Giant versus the technically skilled Rookie. And 10 minutes on the clock. Sakai Reina nearly jumping the gun a little bit there, but that's fine. As long as there's no contact before the bell, you're fine with that. As the Giant is throwing the young high school student across the ring. A couple of hard shots. Oof. Into the corner. This is exactly where Wakazaki Ai does not want to be. Russell Maths in the corner. Not good. Wakazaki Ai is coming off of the losing end of a feud with Akira Merune, the Mistress of 1,000 Hold, one of the top wrestlers in the division. And I think Wakazaki Ai sees this as an opportunity to start a comeback, to make her way up the rankings, to make her way into the best form, maybe eventually challenge Amy Wade for the Joshi Championship. What would it be like? What would it mean to you if you were like 16, 17 years old and you beat the undefeated champion, and that was a mistake? That was a rookie mistake, I think, by Sakai Reina going for that top rope spear. She didn't have it measured properly. She's not the type of woman that normally goes to the top rope. But she's not a one-trick pony either. She has some technical skill. Look at this! That's the Progressive Prodigy! Diving into history a little bit for that hold. And cutter, neckbreaker if you prefer. With 8.5 minutes on the clock here. 10-minute time limit. What is this? Tiger Bomb? Is she taking some Juku classes at the Unified School of the Tiger Style? When did that happen? Short arm, short arm hip toss there by the Pidaresi Kurotagi, who's become known for her front flip Hurricane Rana, her ability to fly when necessary, And her devastating, oh no! Swing and a miss right down in front of our international announce team. And oh god. But good comeback, but you can see Wakazaki a little slow to get back to her feet in that situation. Since both wrestlers are out of the ring, I will remind you that we have a 20 count on the outside of the ring here in the AWL. If you're watching this, you probably are not new, you probably know that, but there might be some new people. This might be your first experience with the league, in which case, you know, you deserve to know what the rules are and how they differ from a lot of standard professional wrestling you might be more familiar with. Alright, what do we have here? Oh, hard shots. Going up, and another head scissor takedown, almost invocative of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. 7 minutes left. Plenty of time. Wakazaki not going to try anything crazy like a springboard. She just wants to go and take the advantage while she has it. Right now, Wakazaki is the taller competitor. And she needs to press that advantage as long as she can. Grabs a hold. Tries to do some damage, and that gives her time to think. And her opponent can't. Okay, going up to the red rope. The Hinamaru, the big splash. I think she headbutted. I think she just headbutted her opponent in the knee. That's not going to work. 6.5 minutes on the clock. Wakazaki needs to hit something big, and I don't know if... Oh, that's it! The front flip Rana! Wakazaki with the front flip Hurricane Rana for the 1, 2... And a deep 2 count. But now Wakazaki in perfect position. What is she thinking here? She is thinking spin kick, and that is a knockout, says the referee. Great showing by the Puroresu Prodigy.
Here's your winner, Wakazaki I!
And with that, Wakazaki moves up to 4-5 in the AWL win-loss records and starts what could be a great season for her in the animated wrestling. Up next in singles action, the leader of Zaidan J tries to bring them their first victory of the evening. And he's got a tough order against one of the elite in the AWL.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, making his wooden ring from Yokohama, Japan, the scion of submission, Chiba Akagi.
He has had 70 AWL matches in his career. He is 42-28, ratio of plus 14, a triple crown champion, and a former New Year's tournament winner. Tall order for anybody to face one-on-one, especially this schmuck.
And his opponent, making his wooden ring from the offense, is the CEO of Zaidan J, the pure spirit of Kuro, and the self-proclaimed last Japanese man, Yamada Jiro.
Well, at least he's probably happy that he's not having to fight any foreigners tonight, I guessed. Yamada Jiro, a little more experienced than his opponent here tonight, 47-52. So this is actually his 100th professional wrestling match in the Animated Wrestling League. But he is -5 in the win-loss record, so more losses than wins in his career. But his 100th match, he's hoping for a victory over a fellow Nihonjin. Remember that Yamada Jiro is a xenophobic racist. So please boo this man all you would like. Thank you very much. 10 minutes on the clock, as Yamada Jiro maybe bolstered his fighting spirit, what little he has of it, being inflamed by the fact that this is match number 100. That's a big round number. Lots of people care about that. Oh, good escape by... I'm not sure who escaped from what there, to be honest. But Yamada Jiro coming out quickly with the strikes, the blows, the occasional hold, not letting Yamada Jiro, the scion of submission, our submission expert, get into a hold, not letting him grab anything that could possibly make Yamada Jiro submit, because he will. He knows his own win-loss record. He's a horrible person, but he's not that stupid. He knows where he stands as far as the records go. Both these two came through the AWL dojo system at roughly the same time. The reason that Yamada Jiro has more matches than Chiba Akagi is, frankly, Chiba Akagi's had some injuries over the course of his career that have caused him to miss significant ring time, and missing a huge splash like that is not going to help. Good opportunistic cover here by Yamada Jiro, only getting a 2 count. Yamada Jiro in the Hakama and the Geita, believe it or not, but still managed to pull off an excellent bridge with that ministerial suplex, which he attributes to, correctly I will say, to Hiroshi Hase, the former professional wrestler and Japanese Minister of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology. Oh, interesting. Getting the submission expert into a submission hold at Jujigatame, but not able to fully hyperextend the arm, greatly reducing the efficiency of the hold. Japanese arm drag, transition, he likes to go to the Fujiwara from there, and he gets it, the Fujiwara armbar. Yamada Jiro may be looking for the ropes here. But it almost shades of Zack Sabre Jr. in the style of Chiba Akagi, realizing if you're not going to submit someone in the first few seconds, don't bother. Going up and across the top rope, and of course rope the misnomer. Steel elevator cable wrapped in rubber tubing and vinyl tape, or electrical tape I think it's called in Canada. Here in Japan it's vinyl tape. Big splash, cross body block, misses, and right there, into the Gugu Plata. Gets there in an unorthodox manner, but he gets there. But Yamada Jiro able to power out of it. I think he may have been thinking try to lift him up for a power bomb or some sort of a slam, but that wasn't going to work. So Yamada Jiro punches his way out and hits the kick. Remember, those are hard wooden geita that he's got in his feet. 1, 2, kick out. So far, Zaidan J 0-2 tonight. They have this singles match, and of course our 4-way eliminator coming up next. After that, we've got a tag team #1 contenders match, main event, the Joshi Championship on the line. A great show for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, any non-binary fans that we have as well, you are 100% valid. Happy Pride. It is 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the bout, and an axe kick by Yamada Jiro. And Yamada Jiro trying something possibly silly on the outside. This actually gives Yamada Jiro the advantage, because while Chiba Akagi can do any kind of submission hold he wants here, like this double toe hold, it doesn't count. You can't submit somebody on the outside of that 20 by 20 foot ring, and Yamada Jiro knows that, so the worst he can hope to do, or the best he could hope to do maybe, is just try to hurt somebody. Oh, and I think, yeah, something bad happened there. A shot to the bridge of the nose. Could have burst something, but it seems to have woken something up, and Yamada Jiro, assisted snapmare, maintains wrist control for a modified Kamigoye. Yamada Jiro is going to be looking for maybe that Liger Bomb. Backstep by Chiba Akagi saves him. Oh! Bombaye, as it is properly known. Both these men know how to adapt from the great Japanese legends of the past and present. And you saw that 10 count, it's 20 on the outside. DDT! Referee continuing. We're about to hit the midway point of the time limit as well. So time a factor in multiple ways here. Low DDT this time on that rubber canvas.
5 minutes. 5 minutes passed.
And those are very thin mats. You've seen in many of our videos how thin they are just by contrasting the concrete of the arena floor and the mat themselves, the safety mats. Those are mostly there, as Excalibur would point out, to prevent abrasion, but also to, protect the floor from the wrestlers. 15 out of 20, both men now bleeding, both men busted open, as the pure spirit of Kuro, as he calls himself, returning to the ring. And I think Chiba Akagi's in big trouble. 17, he's barely moving. I can't even see him. 18, this is going to be a count out. Yamada Jiro back to his feet. Can he get back in like a second? Yes, he can. Slides in at the 19 count. But that means Yamada Jiro's had several seconds to get his wits back and contemplate his next move, and he's looking for something big. I think he's thinking superplex. Yeah, oh yes he is. Yeah, he is thinking a good old-fashioned top rope superplex, but Chiba Akagi trying to fight his way out of it and successfully saves the match for himself and hits the splash. Yamada Jiro not able to roll out of the way. Yamada Jiro not able to roll out of the way. The splash from the back for the 1, 2, 2.5, and I think that second that it took to roll Yamada Jiro onto his back to make the cover. That was the difference, but here we go, Manji Gatame, submission maneuver. Chiba Akagi, the scion of submission, racks up another submission win in his 71st match. Yamada Jiro's 100th match ends in a loss. Brilliant stuff. Now let's take a look at that again. Perfectly executed Manji Gatame, or Octopus Hold as it's known in the West, picking up the win. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant stuff.
Here is your winner, Chiba Akagi.
And yes, confirmed, he does have a bit of an eye injury. We will be getting him medical attention immediately once he returns to the back. Our senior medical official, Dr. Marcus Feelgood, will be right on that. Meanwhile, the rest of us continue. 4-way elimination match. This should be fun.
The following contest is scheduled for 3 falls because it is a 4-way elimination. Introducing first, making his way to the ring from Mexico City, Mexico, the Warrior of Light, Majiku.
The patriarch of the Majiku family, looking to make this match, this opportunity at 3 victories, if you run the table. This is his first step to bringing his family back to professional wrestling prominence.
And his opponent, introducing first, making his way to the ring from the fashion capital of the world, the beautiful boy, Ikemen Taro.
I've been given a note that says that this outfit is intended to demonstrate the contrast of expectations with reality and to expand upon the spectrum of fashion possibilities. No, I have no idea what any of that means. The beautiful boy, Ikemen Taro, stepping into this contest. He will get rid of all that stuff as he gets ready to wrestle. Ikemen Taro, 4-11 in his AWL career. He needs to pick up some wins tonight. And now for someone who doesn't give a damn about fashion at all.
Introducing first, making his way to the ring from the deathmatch circuit, Satoshi Tobu.
Satoshi Tobu, the only wrestler in this 4-way match who's on the plus side of the ledger when it comes to wins and losses. 13 wins, 11 losses in his AWL career. Ratio of +2 is a former AWL Intercontinental Champion, a former British Openweight Champion as well. So he has some bona fides coming into this course. Majiku, the longest reigning champion of any division in AWL history, more than 600 days as the light heavyweight champion back when we had that belt. Ikemen Taro has never held championship gold in the Animated Wrestling League. But this man has, just not in this incarnation.
And finally, making his way to the ring from the office, representing Zaidan J, Mr. Yokai.
A former Animated Wrestling League World's Tag Team Champion with his now departed from the company partner, Flash Nobuyuki, or Mr. Nobuyuki. but he has never held gold since joining Zaidan J, since being rather forcibly recruited to Zaidan J. And right now, he is 14 and 29 in his AWL career. That puts him at -15, the bottom of the win-loss rankings. So if he doesn't want to be in Botsumania at the end of the season, he needs to start winning matches, and he needs to start doing it now. And I will also point out, no victories for any of Zaidan J tonight so far. 15 minutes on the clock, 3 falls to a finish for the elimination, and the gravity-defying beautiful boy saying that fashion does not need to obey the laws of physics, and a business destroyer. Good grief. The Karo... No, I'm not calling it the Karoshi Destroyer. That's not nice. Some sort of a pump handle attempt does not connect. Tiger Suplex, release version by Majiku. And I believe Majiku and Satoshi Tobu, roughly the same age. Poison Rana by Mr. Shota, who, while still a relatively young man, is not the youngest in the match. That would be Ikemen Taro, who just got a kick in the back from technically his senpai. And going up, gravity kick, because it defies gravity, to the gravity-defying beautiful boy, Ikemen Taro, running DDT by the grizzled veteran Satoshi Tobu. Endless light, he Satsuaza. Endless light from the Warrior of Light, springboard into the kick. Oh, no, into the drop kick. As Majiku showing that lucha libre styling. We've got 3 Japanese wrestlers, 1 Mexican luchador in this contest. AWL Commissioner giving these guys opportunities. Early in the season, you're going to see this. You're going to see people getting opportunities to wrestle and into the cover, 1, even if their win-loss record isn't great. Now notice the mask of Majiku next time you get a good look at it. It's been almost stripped blank. That's something his family has decided, that they're going back to basics, because the Majiku dynasty, they haven't held championships in years. The children of Majiku have never held gold at all. Majiku 2, his daughter, is in the Botsumania danger zone of the Joshi division. They need to start coming back. They need to start bringing up some wins here, and they're not getting, and they need, they say they don't deserve to wear the fancy mask until they've earned it. Cover here for the 1, as Ikemen Taro kicks out of the cover by Majiku. And these matches are so crazy, and it makes them really difficult to call, just speaking as an announcer, because you've got people constantly switching up partners. You've got, anything could happen, and none of these wrestlers are allied with each other. Majiku and Mr. Shota both in factions, but obviously not the same one. I don't think Yamada Jiro would let Majiku... Well, first of all, wouldn't let Majiku into Zaidan J because he's Gaijin. He's foreign and therefore impure. But he wouldn't let him dress that way at the office. Cover off the Endless Light for 2. And Endless Light, that maneuver, that backflip slam of Majiku, that was the move that won him almost every title defense of his record-setting championship reign as light heavyweight champion back in the day. And now we've got, I think, 2 people have already kicked out of it in just this one match. I hate to say ravages of ages, but could be. You know, he's literally a dad, so he is dad status. He's got 2 kids wrestling. He's got 2 grown kids wrestling in the AWL. You know, he had them fairly young, but he is not a young man despite his stature. I have actually seen Majiku without the mask. He has aged greatly in the face since he debuted in the AWL back in Season 2. By far the veteran of this group, Majiku, 87 wins and 94 losses in his career. Nearly 200 matches. Cover for the 1, 2. We almost had our first elimination of the bout, and that's when things got really crazy, when there was an odd number of competitors, as Satoshi Tobu trying something a little bit uncouth there, I will say, though he is generally an uncouth person. Majiku going for the spin kick there. Looks like Shota and Taro going after each other now. Great counter to the German by Ikemen Taro. He walks right into the drop kick, as we're only almost a third of the way through the time limit here. Coming up next, we've got our Tag Team #1 Contenders match. Winners to face the Augments and Tag Team Supremacy next week. And then, of course, main event, Joshi Championship on the line, and Jumon casting the spell of La Mystica.
5 minutes passed.
Now notice how nobody's breaking up the submission attempt, because it is elimination. You want to be the last wrestler standing. That's the only way to not rack up a loss here. And Sleeper Hold locked in on Satoshi Tobu, the former former Intercontinental Champion. Only wrestler in this match who's held that belt. But only wrestler... DDT! Tornado DDT out of the corner by Ikemen Taro, showing depths of skill you wouldn't expect given his, shall we say, presentation of himself. All four men clashing. Side Russian leg sweep. And what's he going to do? Looking for, running drop kick. And some hard shots using Satoshi Tobu's own weight and momentum against him is Mr. Shota. Going down. Oh, inverted facebuster, inverted slam there. Bit of a sit out. And we've got Majiku going for the shots here. What is he thinking? Going up. Oh! Ikemen Taro pressing the size advantage there. And we have a cover. 1, 2, 3, and sneakily the first elimination of the bout.
Satoshi Tobu has been eliminated.
And a much-needed victory, a much-needed win for Mr. Shota. Let's see if he can capitalize on that. Knocks the Lucha Legend right on his backside, as Ikemen Taro doing something stupid, but hits the drop kick, steps back, collar and elbow tie-up kick to the midsection, and he's looking for the... Okay, I'll say it. The Karoshi Destroyer into the cover. 1, 2... Okay, I'm going to call it Waku Waku Balance. How's that? Because that's actually a pun and not bringing up people committing suicide. And into the Sleeper Hold. This is his signature submission from back in the days of the Flying Yukis, and he hit it.
Has been eliminated.
Oh, gets him up. Oh, Samoan drop. Flash Samoan drop. I don't think I've seen him do that before. And it worked. Mr. Shota just ran the table. Mr. Shota picks up his 15th, 16th, and 17th win in the Animated Wrestling League. That brings him up to -12. He's still at the bottom of the win-loss records, but a huge jump towards saving himself, and he single-handedly saves the reputation of Zaidan J. All night, the only winner.
Clean sweep, Mr. Shota.
And a well-earned celebration, even if he's being a bit of a jerk to the referee. Well-earned victory for Mr. Shota. I'm flabbergasted. Next week, the tag team titles will be on the line here in AWL Hontai. The question is, who's going to face them? The humans or the yokai? As the Japanese spirits, led by Ultramantis Black, make their way to the arena.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a #1 contenders match. Introducing first, making their way to the ring, accompanied by Emerald of Dragon and Ultramantis Black, the tag team combination of Shige Kitsune and the reigning Animated Wrestling League Intercontinental Champion, the Great Tanuki. Together they are Yokai, Butai.
Alright, the Yokai army, the Yokai squad ready to do some damage. Emerald Dragon will be in the corner alongside the Great and Devious Ultra Mantis Black, as Yokai Butai claiming the ring. They are currently the #1 rank in the AWL Best 4. Tonight we find out if they're going to be #1 contenders. Winners of this match will face the Augments, Project Tetsu and Jigoku Destroy, in the attempt to break tag team supremacy.
And their opponents, making their way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, and the land of the giants, the tag team combination of the Prince of the Pinfall, Hikimi Ryuji, and Kyoji Kobayashi. Together they are Giant Skill.
Now, I did mention that this was the humans versus the yokai. I'm genuinely not sure about Kyoji Kobayashi. He looks human, just with some unusual proportions, but questionable at this point, to be honest. Hifumi Ryuji, 100% human professional wrestler, and from the way the matches have worked out all season so far, I think that puts him at a disadvantage. Now, the last time that these two teams met, it was in our pre-season tournament. It was in the Forge the 4 tournament, and in that match, Yokai Butai came out the winner. In fact, that was Yokai Butai's 1 win so far this season. There's the bell. And we're starting off, it's the Great Tanuki and Hifumi Ryuji, and this seems to be pretty standard strategy for Yokai Butai. We'll have the practitioner of sneaky style come in and sort of confuse the opponent, wear them down, and then bring in Shiroke Kitsune to finish them off with that Kyubi Nejire, the 9-tail twist finishing maneuver. Quick tag made out to the giant, to Kyojin Kobayashi, and boom! A former AWL Intercontinental Champion facing off against the current Intercontinental Champion. And that's another wrinkle in this match. If someone were to pin, if either of the Giant Skills team were to pin the Great Tanuki, who bell claps his way out of trouble, if they were to pull that off, that would be a win. That would be a massive win. That would be #1 contendership to the IC title pretty quickly. About a minute in now, and so far it's been fairly even, though the Yokai with advantage at the moment. Coming up next, we do have our championship main event, the Joshi title. On the line, Amy Wade defends against Shinda Akuko, and the knee strike, the Fox-style strikes that we've seen on display in singles action coming last week. Perfect Plex doesn't hold him. Irish whip off of the ropes, and drop down. Oh, huge! Huge, almost Hansen-esque lariat into the cover, and you notice how it's not just maneuvers that put you on your back, or put you on your shoulders. The Prince of the Pinfall can grab a pinning combination out of literally any position in the ring, and almost any maneuver. Moonsaults! And a body splash, a vertical body splash. A parallel body splash before making the tag. That's interesting. That's not the kind of offense I'm used to seeing out of Hifumi Ryuji. And we get this a lot in this time of the season, because of course during the off-season our wrestlers train, they learn new techniques, they refine old techniques, and they try to up their game for the new season, as any athlete does in the off-season. Of course, the AWL, one of the only wrestling organizations on Earth that has an off-season, because we do care about our athletes. We want them to be healthy. We don't want to run them into the ground. Legal combatants are Kyojin Kobayashi and Shiroke Kitsune, the white-furred fox. Ooh, huge lariato. And the weight, oh god, the weight of the super heavy weight of the giant on the chest of Shiroke Kitsune. He has to back off. He has to take a back step. He has to retreat. And now playing a little game of cat and mouse. Collar and elbow tie-up. And what is this? The crowd barricade being brought in as an erstwhile tag team, as a reluctant ersatz, I should say. That's what I was looking for. Ersatz tag team partner. Shiroke Kitsune, who comes into this match 13-6 in his AWL career. Hifumi Ryuji, I'll say it, not as good. 25-32, so more experienced. Hifumi Ryuji, actually part of the bumper crop of rookies from 2015 it was. And that means an 8-year pro now. God, I've been doing this a long time. Hard right hand. And swing and miss with the spear. Collar and elbow tie up. Into... I don't know what he was going for there, but Hifumi Ryuji escapes from it. Collar and elbow, Irish whip into the neutral corner. Interesting strategy there. Could have gone for a tag Kogek. He chose not to. Gets a couple of back paws to the feet, and all hail the toe beans. Ocho, if you insist. And here we go. Hisatsuwaza Kyubi Nejire! 9, tail, twist, what? No. Broken up, saved by the Giant before the referee's hand could even hit the mat once, let alone 3 times. He didn't kick out of the Kyubi Nejire. It can be done, but it's rare. But he got a lot of help there. Knee drop. Oh, what is this going for? No, perfect flex. Perfect flex. But he felt the back paw of Shiroke Kitsune bounce off the ropes.
9 minutes past.
Third of the way through the time limit now. Going right for the snout. Total of 10 strikes. Right to the nose, right to the snout. The Kitsune. This is not good. Shiroke Kitsune looking for the tag to the Great Tanuki. He's not going to get it, not at this juncture at least. Collar and elbow tie-up kick to the midsection. What is he thinking? Ooh, overdrive. And tag made to the Giant, looking for a Dominator maybe, looking for a mid-leg lariat. Something to finish this off. And he's going to... Oh, elevated triangle. The elevated submission. And maybe not a good choice in a tag team situation. That close to the ropes. Or that close to the enemy corner. STO, Space Tornado, Ogawa. Takes down the Giant. Oh, huge knee strike. Fox-style strikes. And he's going up. Shiroke Kitsune thinking something big. I don't know what. High risk, possibly high reward. Ooh, high cross body block. Takes the Giant down, and Shiroke Kitsune in control. Never show your back to a fox. That's very dangerous. Could have grabbed the Kyubi Nejire out of that. But oh! Kojin Kobayashi now trying to take the back paw, trying to take the leg away. From the fox, back elbow into the corner. Nobody to tag. The Great Tanuki having his way with Hifumi Ryuji on the outside. The rest of Yokai Butai watching on, offering encouragement. And Great Tanuki kind of showing off in the background there a little bit. About 8 minutes left on the clock in the ring. Looking for Hisatsuwaza. He's looking for it, yes, for the second time in the contest. Kyubi Nejire! 9-tail twist. Knock out. So it's going to be the Robots versus the Furries next week. AWL World Tag Team Championship on the line. And I cannot wait to see that. Kyubi Nejire.
Here are your winners, Yokai Butai.
It is official. It will be the Augments versus Yokai Butai next week. That is going to be a match for the ages. I can only assume that will be your main event next time. Main event for tonight, however, Joshi Championship on the line, and the undefeated streak is on the line.
The following contest is your main event of the evening. It is scheduled for one fall, one submission or a knockout to decide the winner, and it is for the Animated Wrestling League Joshi Championship.
Shinda Akuko burst onto the scene in the Animated Wrestling League earlier this year, just about 6 months ago, when we had our the contractual obligation rumble back in January. You can go and see that on the YouTube channel. Did not win that match, but did a lot of damage to a lot of people in the process, and since then she has rocketed up the ranks, more than earning her position as #1 contender, top rank of the best 4, which means Amy Wade has known this was coming. This will be Amy Wade's first title defense in Japan, so she doesn't have the Canadian home crowd advantage this time. And she's going up against one of the most dangerous women in the AWL. But I've learned over the last few months, do not underestimate Amy Wade. The numbers tell it all. 17-0. Undefeated Joshi champion, former Canadian national champion. Successful cash-in. And already one successful title defense against Max the Impaler over in Canada. She's here now in Japan, making her defense. She won the title here at AWL 400, won it in the Tokyo Dome. And I don't think she's not slowing down. But this may be a case of the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. Or should I say the unstoppable force meets another unstoppable force. Amy Wade's going to have to protect her head, protect her neck from the pile driver, from the vertebraker, from everything that Shinda Akuko's going to throw at her. Let's do the introductions.
Introducing first the challenger, fighting out of parts unknown, Shinda Akuko. And her opponent, she is the reigning and defending Animated Wrestling League Joshi Champion, tonight making her second title defense, fighting out Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The true Toronto star, the undefeated Amy Wade. This is an officially sanctioned Joshi Championship match under the auspices of the Animated Wrestling League, AWL Commissioner presiding. At the sound of the bell, AWL official Papaganush Shinichiro in charge. Did I get the name in the right order this time? Thank you.
Mostly. Alright, this is going to be a clash of styles. It's going to be the athlete-turned-wrestler versus the, well, practitioner felonious assault. And, oh, Superwoman punch, springboard Superwoman punch off of the red rope of the Hinamaru-based rope scheme. And, oh! Wow, Amy Wade not suffering any jet lag here coming out of the gates. First 20 seconds and she's already done significant damage to Shinda Akuko. Shinda Akuko comes into this 7 wins, 2 losses, ratio of +5. Anywhere else in the Joshi division, that's a good record. But against 17-0, I don't know. Amy Wade, I think, doing the correct strategy here, and that is just flurry of offense, don't let her breathe, don't let her get a move in edgewise. Cover very quickly. This is going to be the quickest defense in history. No, only a 1 count, but Shinda Akuko not doing. Oh, you could hear that. I think you could hear that. She was just moaning in pain there. Amy Wade started this coming at her opponent from an odd angle. Instead of going straight at Shinda Akuko, she went to the ropes, springboard Superwoman punch, and from a direction that Shinda Akuko, oh, duck of the kick. Going up, electric chair, slam. And now this is exactly what Amy Wade did not want to have happen. Shinda Akuko is going to start to build up offense. She's going to target the head, target the neck. She's going to set up for the vertebraker. She's going to set up for the pile driver. And that is her formula. That is her way to win this match. That is her way to conquer the streak of Amy Wade. And not incidentally walk away as Joshi champion. Kick to the midsection, here we go. Oh!
And there she starts. Picking her opponent up basically by the neck. And now Shinda Akuko, can she make this jump? Yes, she can, but no water in the pool. Elbow drop from the top does not connect. High risk, zero reward. And another shot from the former collegiate kickboxer. A three-sport athlete, kickboxing, bodybuilding, gymnastics. The perfect blueprint for a professional wrestler. Oh no, swing and a miss. Oh no, Amy's in trouble. Kicks her way out of the tree of woe. Superwoman punch. Amy Wade correcting her one mistake this match in record time. If Shinda Akuko had been able to take advantage of the tree of woe, this could be a very different story right now. We're only about 3 minutes in. And Amy Wade, what is she thinking? She's thinking the knockout knee. Yes, she is, and she gets it into the cover. Knockout knee for the 1, 2, 18. And absolutely brilliant. Superwoman punch. Knockout knee. Dance with what brought you. Amy Wade picks up her first title defense in Japan, her second overall, and her 18th victory.
Here's your winner, and still AWL Joshi Champion, Amy Wade.
Next week, the tag team titles are on the line. Yokai Butai versus the Augments. The AWL commissioner has told me that he's got something special planned for Amy Wade. I don't know what that means, but we'll find out next week. For tonight, Korede Kimarida.